Okay, on number 5, we have mercury melting at -39, boils at 357. And we want to draw a diagram of the heating curve for mercury and label all the axes and clearly indicate the melting and boiling point. All right, so this is one of those interesting diagrams that even though we call it a curve, we will have a bunch of straight lines. All right, so we're going to actually, we're going to show it as temperature goes up, so and with time. So we're going to put heat in this way. So this means adding heat, and temperature will go up. All right, so let's start at a temperature way below -39. So we can say we're starting with definitely a solid. So as it warms up, it'll eventually get to 39, where it's going to start to melt. And while it's melting, the temperature will no longer increase because all the heat is just going into changed phases. After it's melted, it will start going up again, and the curve here might actually, or the slope might be different. As a matter of fact, we'd expect it to be different. Not really sure from anything we said if it's a increasing slope or decreasing, but it won't necessarily be the same. But it's going to stay on that slope, whatever it is, until it gets up to 357, the boiling point. Both these are Celsius temperatures. And when it gets to 357, it's going to sit there and boil. And one thing I kind of do know, because everything does this, however long this is for the melting point, it's going to stay at the boiling point even longer for that same amount of temperature. And once it finishes boiling, then we'll start shooting up again. So we're going to have 3 angular or sloped lines and then 2 very flat lines on this curve. And it wants to label the melting point, so I'm going to say that's where it's melting. And that's the temperature where it melts. And here is where it's boiling or vaporizing.